Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, children and adults, mothers and fathers. This is an unusual episode, a very short one. It's about what you might expect in the next few days. Not only am I going to be appearing more frequently in my suits and ties as a matter of diplomatic and political protocol, I will remain in my athletic gear, athlete that I am, turned international scholar and diplomat, and always concerned first and foremost with peace and security and fitness and health. And no matter what I do across the world as a world-leading diplomat and world leader, or in pockets like New America, or what I've termed the New Asia League or the Levantine Commonwealth, health and fitness, the safety and security of all families is always my primary concern, which is one of the reasons I'm very proud to be in my athletic gear, because in the new computer age, some of us spend too much time planted in our seats, married to our computers at home and at work, and it's good to not be too sedentary. The world is being devastated by a number of things right now. Nuclear buildup, repolarization of the world. We've got to settle matters in Ukraine and between Ukraine and Russia. We've got to do the same between Israel and the Palestinians. I've got a plan to ensure that the whole of the Levant region is stabilized, and so that'll include Syria and Jordan, and it will help create a pan-Levantine spirit built on history, the present, and the future. So I'll have an exciting new episode on my Levantine Commonwealth and my plans for the Syrians, Lebanese, Israelis, Jewish, Palestinian and Jordanian folk in the area, and important neighbors like the folks of Turkey and Egypt and Iraq. I'm going to speak to the conflict in Yemen and as associated to some of the problems within the Muslim and Middle Eastern world. We really need to do something in Yemen. There's an association. I can congratulate President Joe Biden for making it one of his priorities when he initially took office and upon my calling, and now I hope, before he resumes the presidency with his next term, that he assists me and others to settle matters in Yemen, another truce towards a peace settlement, and this time a successful truce with that goal in mind. Through WGTV in the next few days, I'll also speak to you about what I'm doing with the WG Foundation and the WGT Beacon Residence System and across the entire planet, hoping to build Beacon and WGT residences married to the WGT and Beacon Institutes and teachings of mine on conflict resolution, mediation, facilitation, a new technology that's spreading across the world very quickly, and I am one of the international leaders in the field, and as a judge and trained lawyer and trained social scientist and teacher and practitioner in all these fields. I will also create a separate episode on the New Asia League, which is very, very exciting, part of the reorganization of the world today, and stretching from as far as Lebanon and Syria and Jordan and Israel and Palestine right across to Japan and the Koreas, China, the Philippines, Indonesia, and many beautiful and wondrous Asian countries in between, including Pakistan and Bangladesh and India and Bhutan. It's going to be very exciting to let you know about the New Asia League and what I have planned for it, and its role in peace and security, not only for the continent and strongly associated regions like the Middle East and North Africa, but the whole of the entire world, with real leaders emerging from the jurisdiction to make the peace globally, with others from the Americas and Africa and Oceania and Europe, of course.
Just give me some light, and I'll give you my life.
Lastly, I'll be speaking about my human rights inquiry in Canada and as a Canadian public law and constitutional law authority. There's a great scandal that's been going on here for many years. Abuses of the surveillance system, violating people's lives on daily bases in the most grotesque manner, not just violations of privacy through computer hacking, etc., but violations of people's bodies and bodily functions, and the constancy of the harassment and illegal tracking. I'm a victim of it as well. I know others are, and they're being concerted into behaviors that they shouldn't be. And the Canadian government and those participating with the Canadian government in these acts of omission and commission are going to have to pay in compensation and before the courts and other tribunals to restore the proper functioning of the Canadian state. I apologize for the pause, but I'm glad I did not forget the point, and there's a new and upcoming segment on the human rights inquiry right here in Canada, where the expectation is that Canada will conduct itself accordingly, and it is not doing that, and it has not been for years. And I've announced publicly for years now that a multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar set of lawsuits will be launched to secure compensation for all the victims, including myself, and as a public and constitutional law leader of that country. Thank you for your listening ears.
The breeze blows and the rhymes for me